Haya, ndio kuwasili sasa. Welcome to NTV Marketplace, courtesy of Co-operative Bank. And of course, I'm your most bankable host, Brian Aseli. Right now, we've traveled miles all the way from Nairobi and we are in Sondu. Two things I'd like to learn today is, one, how do you gain capital to make sure that you get to stabilize your biashara or start your biashara? And number two, naweza penda kujua financial solutions gani zinapeanwa na Cooperative Bank kuweza kujua biashara yako iko steady. So if you're out there, how about we take this journey and get to meet Andrew, who's in the hardware biashara. Andrew, how are you?
I'm fine.
Uko salama?
Niko salama.
Thank you so much for showing us around. I know this area is quite new to me. I've never been to Sondu. But just introduce yourself and welcome us to Sondu.
Oh, thank you. I'm Andrew Baraza. I'm the owner of Dankri Hardware, which is a business I started about 4 years ago. We have a branch in Sondu and another one in Kimilili. And we specialize in interior. We do specialize in distribution of tiles and retailing of tiles, floor tiles and wall tiles. And we also do provide plumbing materials and paint, as you can see. And and that's it. Yeah.
You've actually interested me in a very amazing story. You captured my attention by telling me that this was not your first biashara.
Yeah.
You started all the way in Kimilili. Can you talk to us about how you got into the business, a hardware business?
Oh, okay. I got into the hardware business through my brother, who also runs a similar hardware business somewhere in Busia. And so, yeah, introduced me to it and asked me, can you find a few suitable place to start? And that's how I started in Kimilili. And then that was 5 years ago. And we just started like that 5 years ago. And for some reason, we had some family movement in the family. About 1 year later, my wife moved to around Sondu area for work. And so, because I had to shuttle around from Kimilili to Sondu, I decided to open just another branch because also there was a gap in the hardware business, which I thought we could easily provide as we do in Kimilili. So in a small way, we started here in Sondu. And here we are.
That's really exciting because now you're moving base from a place where you already had built a big customer base and moving to Sondu.
Yes.
Who would you say, first of all, is primarily your customer base, especially in the construction business?
Okay, my customer base. First of all, we have individuals, and then we have institutions, and then we like schools. Then we also have I think that's fundis. Yeah. And corporate businesses, sometimes they come here to find business.
There's one thing you also say that the relationship between you and the locals is very important. Who are some of the people that you need to make sure are your top priority when it comes to that kind of relationship, especially within the construction? Because towns are really growing right now.
Yeah. First people, especially in hardware business, I think we deal a lot with fundis, who are really important in customer base in the sense that they're much in touch with the construction. And then we have contractors who are doing projects. These are really, really important people in the business. So we really have to touch base always with them and know what they're thinking, what their tastes are, what the customer taste is, and
Now, I've just been walking around your hardware store.
Yeah.
Naimeja.
Oh, thank you.
But stocking is also not a joke, especially when you're starting out.
Yes.
Are there things that you did to make sure? What are some of the things you did to make sure that you get to stock your hardware? And of course, stocking it in good time. Because sometimes you might stock and it's when biashara iko chini. Sometimes you stock because biashara is also just growing. So can you talk to us and shed some light on stocking, basically, hardware?
Okay. Generally, I can say the first number one step I took is looking for a good partner, which Cooperative Bank happened to be a very good one, especially in terms of supporting small businesses and SMEs in general. When I began, I began with e-credit, which was just a start. I was already banking with them, and every time I always found a message on my phone. This is available for you. Can you use it to expand? And then at a certain moment, they called me themselves. I give credit to the bankers, especially in Kimilili. Of course, the bankers in Kisumu. They just called me to ask me, we know you are expanding. Can we do something for you? You know, they called me to the office. We talked, and they availed for me working capital, which I was very happy because it was quite useful to expand the stock. Later, they said, no, we have something better that can even help you to grow. And they availed for me what you call trading finance, which is credit that is available to me to pay my suppliers whenever I'm in need, whenever I have a shortfall in supply. And it's quite been helpful. And that's why you see there's a large stock base.
Yeah,
and, you know.
Quite impressed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
That's really exciting. Now,
Yeah.
when it comes to your biashara,
Yes.
there's a lot of movement because there's the need for transport. And of course, apart from just transport, there's also just making sure that the delivery is done in good time.
Yes.
What's the detail in the logistics? Because sometimes maybe a supplier would need something in bulk.
Yes.
How do you deal with it, Andrew?
Yes. For now, we are having a challenge on it, I must say. And we are in discussion with the bank on how they can help in this area. And we are in the process of discussion. I know they are allotted me, they are doing asset financing. Okay. And it's one of the objectives for the coming year to be able to get some asset finance to provide for the vehicle, because real customers are really requesting for the goods to be delivered to their homes and to the construction places here.
Yeah, so Andrew, I'd like to understand, why is it important to actually have a partner in a bank that understands MSMEs? Because some people don't get to have banks that get to understand the kind of biashara they're dealing in with.
Okay. Yeah. Number one thing, when you're in business, first of all, you have to seek a partner, a financial partner who can help you in your growth. It's very important. As for my case, I have Co-operative Bank, which has been quite helpful in providing me with the financial needs of the business or business growth. So for anybody outside there, I think, for example, Co-operative Bank have helped me with for example, the app, which helps you to do payments efficiently. There is the cocktail, which is quite efficient in collecting the payments from customers. And then there is the credit facilities, the e-credit, stock financing, asset financing, which are all available for a customer, for me. And I think I can say the sky's the limit in terms of growth, because I have a reliable financial partner.
I love what you're saying, and you've actually mentioned some very crucial products by Co-operative Bank. Apart from loans, why else is it important to have a financial partner who you can call and be in communication with? Because some people, the only relationship they have with the bank is, hello, mnaweza nipatia loan, naona credit yangu imefika mahali fulani, and I actually qualify for a particular loan. With you, how's your relationship been with Co-Bank?
Since they are very available, that means they can always give you other advices apart from business advice, apart from money. Yes. Okay? And I give them credit because also they have insurance services, bank assurance services. They say that I can be able to insure for my shop and goods and that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Now let's talk about the youth, because this is an area that's filled with the youth. They say Kenya is made up of 70% youth.
Yes.
And within this area, there's so many young people with ideas. And sometimes the biggest worry is capital. Just reflecting on your life and how you started, what would be your advice to the young person out there who's trying to get into biashara, your hardware, but all they have is an idea. And how can Coop Bank come in and help them with that?
Okay. Number one, start small. Be patient. Be resilient. Approach Coop Bank. As I said, they're very friendly. Customer service. They'll be able to advise them on what to do. As for me, they just advise me, why don't you use the e-credit facility for the beginning, and you begin to grow with us slowly by slowly. And through patience and through perseverance and consistency, which is very important, I think they'll be able to grow slowly by slowly. It's not
It's never easy.
It's not an easy game,
Yeah.
but it's growth is sometimes very painful, yeah. And experience is key for them, yeah.
Yeah. So you've said that they should not worry. So long as the ideas are there, you can get someone to actually finance them as they start. Now let's look at futuristic flashing. 5 years, 10 years from now, what will Danshree actually look like? Because we want to understand, is there a vision here? And what's the kind of vision that you're working with right now?
Okay, I have big dreams,
Yeah.
of course. My main idea, maybe two, is for Danshree Hardware to have its own place. Okay, that means its own building, its own place. It's in the process. Secondly, to transport facility to help the customers, and of course try to be the best in terms of hardware service, in terms of product portfolio. And yeah, the sky is the limit for Danshree, I can say.
Right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you recommend Co-operative Bank? And is there one product that really stands out for you that you like to recommend to any biashara out there?
On a scale to 1 to 10,
Yeah.
I'll give Coop Bank 10.
Yeah.
And in terms of products that I like to recommend, product Coop, I'll recommend asset finance. I'll recommend stock finance. Those are key for growth in business. Yeah.
Why so?
I can say stock finance helps you grow because it provides new finance as you need it. And asset finance, it makes available transport mechanism for the goods from the shop to the customer. So it helps, it facilitates efficiency in the business. Yeah.
Well, Andrew, I'd like you to just give us your parting shots as we finish. That one thing about you and Coop that you'd like to share with the rest of the country, or any other person out there who's doing their biashara and you'd like to talk to them directly.
I like just to tell them, tell Coop Bank, thank you very much for the support that they've given me up to this moment. The future is great. And for other people outside there who like a reliable financial partner, I'll tell them, choose Coop Bank.
Thank you so much for creating time to talk to us. That has been Andrew. And if you're out there, you know where we give you all the financial solutions. And we also recommend Coop Bank, okay? Co-operative Bank. They have so many products that you can jump on. And of course, you know, at hashtag NTB Marketplace, we give you solutions on how you can grow in your space.
From Andrew's story, one thing is clear. Having the right financial partner can make all the difference. Because behind every thriving business, there is strategy, confidence, and the right support system. And that's where trade finance comes in, empowering businesses like Andrew's to keep growing one transaction at a time. In this expert segment, we break down the big question: who really qualifies for trade finance solutions? How do you get started with Coop Bank? What are the key requirements to access financing? Which sectors are supported? And most importantly, how does trade finance help your business grow?
There's risk in supporting a biashara, maybe that's, you've said maybe they didn't invest enough in themselves, but they already have these international transactions ongoing. How do you make sure that you strike a balance in between the two? Because it's risk, But of course, these transactions have to continue because you've already guaranteed this small biashara that you're going to have their back. And you've also talked to the supplier who's saying, if they say they're behind you, then 100%, let's do biashara. So how do you create the balance?
Brian, lending is buying risk. So you can never be sure. Even you today, if you came here and told me, I have this idea, this is what I'm thinking of doing. There's a part faith in the customer, but there's also a part objective analysis. The reason we took comfort is because this is somebody who's been in this business for long. So there's history. You can track their performance in the past. The only thing that remains is jump to the next level. Because you start with a loan of 15, you go to 50, you go to 100, before you become the corporate that comes asking for $1 billion.
Yeah.
You understand? So there's the risk, of course, that the bank has allowed us to. There's that appetite that we have. And largely, you find our nature of clients is across all sectors. We have a lot of commodity financing. We have circles who we lend to. We do a lot of asset finance, do a lot of mortgage. So when I look at a client and we're analyzing, at the back of my mind, like any other trade finance person who is an employee, you know that this is the direction the bank wants to go into. Right now, there's a lot of investment in youth and women, and we are looking at blue economy and green financing. So when you go to county governments, you'll find, we went to coasts, and they're looking at how do we help our youth who are not getting the most out of the ocean. So by the time you are coming to lend 10 guys who are buying a boat, you already know that due diligence has been done by Coast Development Authority, because they are investing in that sector. So it's not blind lending. And trade, in as much as trade will assure you of your payment, it will do a bit of risk mitigation, it's not foolproof, because they still the integrity of the customer. So we may put as tight a structure, but sometimes they still fail. The important thing is that the client knows that if you do what the bank tells you, if you fulfill your own obligation, then there is no way this structure can fail.
Here's what stood out from the conversation. Trade finance is for every business size. Coop Bank offers a 360 support system. You only need a genuine business and documentation. Financing is designed to help you trade with confidence. Partnering with Co-operative Bank means growing smarter. To grow your business today, visit any Co-operative Bank branch and ask to speak to a business banker.